Hello, I'm Lori Steiner, sitting in for Armin Budish. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, tummy troubles will seek to soothe your stomach strife. We'll log on to see how the Cleveland Public Library has put high tech into high gear. Then, meet a woman who hated her teeth, but now is in love with her smile. Plus, learn how your expertise can keep entrepreneurs on top of their business. And don't get stuck paying for your parents' nursing home costs from your own pocket.
It's time to get geoing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. It's no surprise that your diet affects your digestion, but what are the best ways to entice your intestines to keep moving? Dr. Alok Jain has some ideas to keep you from being irregular. Dr. Jain is no regular doc. He's a gastroenterologist at Metro Health. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So before we look at the diet, we need to digress for just a minute. Most of our audience is of an age where a certain procedure is needed. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. Colonoscopy. Every person over the age of 50 or starting at the age of 50 needs this screening test to prevent them from developing colorectal cancer. It's an excellent screening test. Not only does it screen you for the disease, but also prevents you from getting one, where if we find polyps during the procedure, we take them out. If you do not have any polyps, then you would need the procedure once every 10 years. And if we do find some polyps, usually minor, you may require it sooner, likely 3 to 5 years.
Okay. So it's not so bad, huh?
No.
Not so embarrassing as everything. But before we start having the screening, and in between screenings, hopefully 10 years there, we can be doing our own preventative care, right? So why is it important, what we eat? What's the first thing we should be eating on the menu?
Of course, eating a balanced diet is very important, but fiber is something that I would emphasize very much from the GI point of view. We all are eating a lot of processed food these days, and fiber is lacking in our diet. Fiber is very important to keep us regular, keep our digestive health. It not only reduces cholesterol, but also is a nourishment to the healthy bacteria that's there in the GI tract. Fiber prevents symptoms in people who have irritable bowel syndrome or are severely constipated.
What are some examples of the best kind of fibers?
I think it's a common misconception among people that green salads are fiber, but the best sources of fiber would be whole grains, whole oats, fruits and vegetables. And I would encourage people to start out in the morning with a high fiber cereal, replace white bread with whole grain, whole wheat bread, add some nuts, beans, and fruits and vegetables, of course. A tablespoon of flaxseed is not a bad idea. And if you still are not reaching 25 to 30 grams of fiber that's required, I would recommend adding on an over-the-counter supplement.
Okay. So not only what we eat is important, but how we eat? Explain what you mean by that.
That's something that we don't pay that much importance to, but we are always on the go. We are trying to grab a meal while we are making a phone call or running an errand or watching a TV show. I would encourage people to do what I call mindful eating, and that is to pay full attention to what you're eating. Savor every bite, texture, smell, and sort of enjoy the food. It's very good for digestive health. I myself started doing that over the last year or so, and not only we eat healthy, but we enjoy it a lot more. So the TV is off, the phone is off, everything.
Better for you anyway. So.
And for the family.
And let's see, how do you say it? Probiotics.
Probiotics.
Is actually not a fad, it's actually a real good thing?
Yes, I mean, we have tons of bacteria in our GI tract, and a lot of healthy bacteria are important not only to make us absorb all our nutrition, they keep us healthy. And They are good and the bad bacteria, and probiotics are the good bacteria, and we need to constantly replenish our healthy bacteria. Certainly after we have had a course of antibiotics or stress where these bacteria can reduce in number, and it's important to keep that number high.
Okay. Well, these are all been excellent tips. So
I
it's really good information always. So
I would say for the public that just having a yogurt and maybe mixing up some fruits is a great place to start with to get some probiotics.
That's what I do every day.
Absolutely.
I like the yogurt. Happy endings call for healthy beginnings. So follow Dr. Jane's tips. For fiber-rich eating tips and recipes, visit Metro Health at metrohealth.org/nutrition. And to learn even more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Dr. Jane.
Thank you.
For more information, call Metro Health's Department of Gastroenterology at 216-778-5736. And for colon cancer prevention tips, visit www.metrohealth.org/colon-cancer. Next, the Cleveland Public Library is tickled pink. But first, popsicles are the perfect pick for a quick cool down when the temperature is up. Yet this ice-cold tasty treat was actually an accidental invention. Can you concoct how it was created? Freeze. We'll serve up the answer when we return.
They haven't been inducted to a Hall of Fame. They don't get stopped for autographs or photos. They don't have entourages or shoe deals. But they still deserve our applause and admiration because they are fighters, believers, heroes. We are the Metro Health System. We are the proud sponsor of the comeback.
In 1905, 11-year-old Frank Epperson inadvertently invented the popsicle when he left his lemonade to linger on a windowsill until he woke. A nippy night froze his refreshment around a spoon, and with that, he licked the problem of how to carry out a sweet summer treat.
The Cleveland Public Library has turned yet another page on becoming a downtown destination, and a few new chapters have already been written. Director Felton Thomas is here to catch us up on what's so novel about our Cleveland Public Library. Welcome again. Always good info that you bring us.
Hi. Thanks,
so let's
Lori.
talk about the title choice that you have, a downtown destination. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, when you look at what's going on downtown with the casino and the medical bar and the convention center and the other projects that are going on, what we want to do is tie into that opportunity to be a destination for the folks who are coming into town and the people who are coming downtown to be able to see it. And Tech Central, which we just opened recently, is the first phase in that step.
Okay. Your first chapter, huh?
First chapter.
So what will visitors discover when they tap into this new technology area?
Well, we're really excited about Tech Central because we've been able to add things that no other library in the country has been able to put forward. And MyCloud is something that is really, really interesting. It's the first time you'll see a library system in which someone who comes in and uses one of our computers will be able to personalize that computer, put on their pictures, download their music, download programs, and then come back later, put in their library card, maybe at another library, and it pops up just like it was before.
Ooh, like having your own home computer
It
that
is.
you can have everywhere.
Personalized computing.
So that was chapter one.
That's
What
chapter one.
is the second chapter?
Well, the chapter 2 is going to be what we hope, and this will be something our board is still going to approve, but it is the global village. What we want to do is do something for our young people. And so we've been very fortunate to get a donation from the Charney Trust of $500,000, and we're going to take that donation and create a one-of-a-kind young people's experience. And Global Village will introduce the young people to the culture of the city of Cleveland that it's so full because of the communities that have lived here.
Okay, and how also are you going to illustrate this global connection for the library overall?
Well, it's going to be illustrated in with language and with the different culture and food, and so when the young people come in, they're going to learn about all of these cultures. We have 45 languages that we represent in the Cleveland Public Library, and we're going to try to represent as many of those in
different programs,
and
the books out there
and the
available.
books out there for them.
That sounds fantastic. And this summer will actually be in the pink when we visit the library, thanks to a new an art presentation in the downtown location?
Yeah, we've done this for the past 3 years, and it's called See Also. It's an art exhibit in our Eastman Reading Garden. And in there, you'll see this exhibit by Scott Steinbeck. It's called Figure Ground. And his concept is to take what is already there in a space and to just add one very bright color.
Okay.
And the bright color for us is pink.
Okay.
And so it's been very interesting seeing people come into our Eastman Reading Garden and see all the chairs that are pink and the windows that are pink and everything.
Now, is pink the required dress to come into the garden?
No, you can wear whatever you'd like to come in, but it has certainly been very interesting seeing everybody come into the garden and just see this brightness come over them.
And when you come in with your own bright clothes on, you become part of that art.
It is
showing
exactly
all those bright
the same
colors
way
for everybody.
It is. It's great.
Sounds great for the library here downtown. So, with all these colorful characters, the Cleveland Public Library is destined to become a #1 bestseller on the list of downtown destinations. My thanks to Felton Thomas for sharing his novel ideas.
To find out more, call the Cleveland Public Library at 216-623-2800 or log on to www.cpl.org. Next, a dentist's patience brings a smile to his patient. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. The charms of Chautauqua can be found right here in Ohio. The Ohio Chautauqua exhibit will be at Century Village Museum July 3rd through the 7th, one of only 5 stops in the nation. The theme is When Ohio Was the Western Front. Characters including Johnny Appleseed and Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry will share stories of Ohio's history. To study up on the event, call 440-834-1492 or trek to www.geaugahistorical.org.
You're ship-shape for summer shorts, but are your teeth ready to show off? This season, time is on your side. For a sweet summer smile, dentist Steve Marsh is here to show you how you can have it made in the shade, right?
Right, Lori. And you have that. You have that beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, summer officially started just a few days ago, so we got the rest of the whole season left to show off our summer best, right?
Right. And teeth aren't anything unlike we want to look our best, whether it's a suit and coat or how we want to dress for summer and summer fashions. So this is a good time for people who have some time on their hands, maybe teachers who have 3 months off. They never get to things like taking care of their teeth or a colonoscopy, as your last guest suggested. So whatever it is, it's a wonderful time to take some time to do it. And people who have dental insurance, it's also a good time to use it before the end of the year. So summer, I think, is a real good opportunity to take some time to take care of your teeth.
Well, you've showed us some big makeovers, small makeovers before. Can you show some of both so we can see our inspiration without a whole lot of perspiration?
It's very cute, yeah. And we have a number of pictures of befores and afters. And Father's Day was last week, so I thought we'd start with a few men, which is sort of a change from our usual. This is an interesting story because this gentleman's daughter was getting married, and he wanted to look good for his wedding pictures. Actually, his wife was much more bothered by his smile than he was, and so, as so often happens, she brought him in. He wanted it done within about a month's time because the wedding was a July wedding. This happened to be last summer. And so we did some reshaping of the teeth on the lowers, and we were able to do that with, actually, Lori, 4 porcelain veneers. And it's just a marvelous result. He was thrilled, his wife was thrilled, and the wedding pictures were good as well.
That's great.
Sticking with men, and this is a man in his mid-50s. Here's a guy who came to me because he actually was no longer married and he was going to be back on the dating scene. And we see lots of that, whether people are widows or divorcees. And so he came into me and said, again, he wants to feel confident about his smile, and his focus was on the upper arch. And just like we did with the last patient, we were able to do porcelain veneers on the front and the upper. As we move forward, you want to do it in stages. I should mention that a lot of people are staging things because of time, finances. And in this case, we focused on the upper front 4 teeth. And on the lower teeth, Lori, we just did some reshaping. It's funny about this man. He had had braces as a kid. The teeth had really shifted. And without doing braces on the lower and just some reshaping and bonding, we got that wonderful result.
Amazing you can do that.
Well, here's another thing. Sometimes in the summer, people want to get away from some old things and do something new. And so what we actually did with John, a retired teacher, so he had plenty of time, he came to me and said, I'm tired of wearing this partial. And in the old days, we did these big metal partials. They were cumbersome, they were heavy, and they had metal in them. And John said, what else can we do? And we said, we can actually use the teeth that you have with a combination of dental implants. So that's what he looked like before. Then we put dental implants in, and on top of those we then put crowns. Those are all porcelain crowns, Lori. We used to use a lot of metal. Today we can make them look aesthetic and very strong. So this is all porcelain, individual teeth. There are no bridges here, and that was a big change.
That was a very big change. So we have one more here, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's interesting, he works for the government, he's in his 60s, he wants to work a long time, and he was always embarrassed by that smile. He had actually seen us on Golden Opportunities, and again, had some time in the summer, took a few weeks off and said, what can we do? We actually did some bridge work, we did some porcelain crowns and some veneers, and gave him this smile. He also said to me, Steve, if I'm going to do this, I'd like him as bright as we can. And we thought this was a wonderful opportunity. So in fact, the summer is an opportunity. We start every morning at 7 a.m. so that patients who get up when the sun comes up early in the summer, it's a wonderful time to get started. So we hope that'll give your viewers a feel for what can be done.
Some excellent tips. The forecast for this summer is warm weather and bright sunny smiles. So use the lazy days of summer to take care of your teeth. For more information, give Steve a call. His number is next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, your experience, their enterprising work.
It's time to get up and go. An exercise minute on Golden Opportunities.
Hello everybody, I'm Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're going to work our deltoids by doing a lateral raise utilizing our exercise ball. All we're going to want to do is we're going to start seated on the ball. We want our feet bent and flat on the floor at about a 90-degree angle. We're going to remember to maintain good posture so that way we can breathe and also bring our abs into play a little bit by keeping balance. Now we're going to simply let the dumbbells hang down to the side. All we want to do is we're going to raise them up straight to the side. Excellent, and right back down. Okay, we're looking for 12 to 15 repetitions here. 2 to 3 sets is an excellent place to start. Remember, the main movement is going to be in our shoulders, not in our elbows or our wrists, okay? Maintain your posture and breathe. All right, everybody, we got it, and I think you do too. So now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, please send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 23240 Chagrin Boulevard, Suite 450, Beechwood, Ohio, 44122.
You're retired and enjoying it, but you do miss just a bit of the business world. Well, you are needed. Your expertise is needed to help other people build their businesses. Here to explain are Bob Bathgate from Business Advisors of Cleveland and Brian Broadbent from Business Volunteers Unlimited. Welcome to both of you here to the show.
Well, thank you.
So, Bob, we're going to start with you. Tell us about how this idea of retirees occasionally going back to work got started.
Well, Business Advisors began back in 1956. One of the Halley brothers, retired VP treasurer, decided to put this together. He wanted to give back a bit, and he wanted to stay in the business world. Okay. And that kind of brings us all into it. All
right. So are there criteria to get hired to be this volunteer?
Well, yes, there are. We ask that our volunteers have executive experience, and that executive experience can be in a small company or a large company. Many of our members own their own businesses, or somebody like me who work for a larger company, and it's a way for us to stay involved.
Okay, all different areas?
All different areas. Our membership is, we have HR expertise, we have legal expertise. And myself, I'm a sales marketing individual. We have operations, the whole gamut.
All right.
The whole gamut.
So, Bob, so you decide to volunteer. How are you put to work?
Well, the first thing we do is we ask you to come in and sit in on our counseling sessions. These are sessions with small businesses and startups, entrepreneurs. They come in and they join some experienced counselors, and we use 3 people on each client each time. So the new members come in and they kind of learn the ropes, what we're about, and we do ask them that they contribute from day one.
Okay, great. So, Brian, your group is Business Volunteers Unlimited. It's the same, but it's different, so tell us how.
Right. Yeah, we're a nonprofit as well, and we've been around 19 years. Our whole mission is to link the business community, the nonprofit sector, to foster excellence in nonprofits, and it means a lot of different things. But we started by matching people to boards of directors of nonprofits, and had 2,200 people to date that we've put onto local nonprofit boards.
That's impressive.
But things started to expand beyond that, and that's where we got involved with business advisors.
Okay.
And that is, nonprofits would come back to BVU and ask for operational help, meaning they needed some short-term consulting. So initially, BVU got involved with the business community. We went back to our business members and asked for some of the same things Bob was just talking about, like HR help, IT, marketing, that type of thing. And businesses have a limited amount of time. They can work 10, 20 hours for a project because they're working full-time, the people in those businesses. But what's been a godsend is we've then collaborated with business advisors of Cleveland to have them do longer-term projects. Because often nonprofits have projects that need to go a lot longer, and we're doing a lot of the same projects that Bob just mentioned in the human resource, finance, IT space, some executive coaching, that type of thing. And to date, we've done over 50 projects with Business Advisors of Cleveland.
That's great. So, Bob, back to you. How many hours do volunteers actually punch the clock?
Well, it depends on the volunteer. They have a choice as to how much time they put in. I'm kind of typical. I put about 6 hours a month in counseling. During the year, I'll give some talks at the local public libraries on such things as marketing or how to become an entrepreneur or do a business plan. And then I also put some time in helping run the organization.
Okay, and I'm sure this helps the organization and those retirees. So don't retire your business experience. Put it to work helping other businesses succeed. To find out how, call the Business Advisors of Cleveland at 216-426-2052 or visit their website, www.bacleveland.org. My thanks to Bob and Brian for working here with us today.
Next, how to avoid getting stuck paying your parents' medical bills out of your pocket.
Beautify your home with a new garage door from Genie of Fairview Door. Choose from new styles, colors, and window patterns. Visit online at geniedoor.com.
Open up your world with Genie of Fairview. Genie of Fairview Door. We're Gateway Title, keeping life simple. We can make it simple. We've got everything you need. See how easy selling your home can be. We're Gateway Title. We're keeping life simple.
Go back if we are. Did you miss a phone number or website? Then here's your second chance, because we're going to list all of that information again. Then we'll be back to tell you what to do when your parents' nursing home wants your money. Your mom or dad must enter a nursing home. The administrator gives you a lengthy agreement and tells you that you must sign it or your loved one can't stay there. A quick scan tells you that you are agreeing to be responsible for all the costs. What are your options in this situation? Here with answers is my law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Mike. So is it common for a nursing home to require a son or daughter to, guarantee payments?
Yes, as a matter of fact, sometimes they'll give you the contract. They won't even let you have a chance to have a lawyer review it, and they say sign it or mom or dad can't come in.
Is it a problem to sign the agreement?
Well, that depends. Many times it is, because the agreement, as you mentioned, might say you're the responsible party. That means you have to pay all the expenses.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
Right.
Are these kind of contracts legal?
Well, a recent court case said no. In this case, the mother went into the long-term care facility. The child signed as a responsible party, didn't have a chance to look at it. The court said that's not enforceable. It violates federal law when the nursing home went to go back after the child to pay all the expenses.
So the court threw out the lawsuit?
They threw out the lawsuit.
That's a good thing. But no one wants to go through a lawsuit. So is there a better way?
Yes. First of all, the person going in the nursing home, they should sign the document. If they're not capable of signing it, the spouse should not sign it, nor should the children sign it. What you should say is, I want to take a copy of the document, want to show it to my attorney and see what it says. And you should take it to an attorney who's familiar with this, an elder law attorney.
Okay. Is it okay for a power of attorney to sign it?
The power of attorney can sign the document, but it has to make sure that you're signing, making it clear you're signing as the power of attorney and not as your own name, or they're going to hold you personally responsible again.
So read it, get it reviewed, don't sign it, or sign it as power of attorney if you really have to.
But if there's any doubt, take it to your attorney. Make sure you know what you're signing.
And make sure your attorney knows what they are looking at, too, right?
That's
Elder
true.
law attorney is important.
Yes.
So, all right,
Okay.
Good information. If you have signed a contract as a condition of your parent entering a nursing home, and it requires you to be personally liable for your parents' bills, it may not be enforceable. But you'll still have plenty of hassles. Avoid problems by refusing to let a nursing home high pressure you into signing a contract without reviewing it with a lawyer and making sure you understand it. If you have any questions, give Mike a call.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information, or to schedule a speaker for your organization, or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Thanks for joining us. Next week, if you've stopped adding to your IRA, you're subtracting from your nest egg. We'll help you recalculate. Then, are your collectibles worth cash? We'll sort out the true from the trash. Plus, what you need to know about sharing essential need-to-know info with your family. And how to assure that you have enough to live on when your spouse must enter a nursing home. Until next week, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.